Finally, back home in beautiful Evergreen Harbor? What happened to this place? Do they actually like living like this? You go to university for a few years and the whole town falls in love with trash.
It's Écologie.
Okay, that's happening. They may be okay with it, but I know we can do better. I just have to show them how. First step, reduce my eco-footprint. Solar panels, wind turbines, a few more updates, and I'm off the grid. Feels better already. Now the hard part, getting my neighbors to want a cleaner, more sustainable city too. Fortunately, my buddy Knox is a real advocate for the eco-lifestyle. Rude flex, I know, but go with it. He's done some great work pushing neighborhood action plans, like a water shutoff day. He's a little hard on you if you don't participate, though. Sorry, Diane. Knox is campaigning to change this barren lot into a community garden. He's got big dreams of growing sustainable food, like vertical gardens that take less space to grow more, or harvesting insects for a crunchy alternative to meat. But it's not up to him. It's up to the people. And it looks like they voted for a community makerspace. He'll get over it. A makerspace is great. We don't have to throw away everything just because we don't want it anymore. Upcycle it. I love me some homegrown, ultra-organic, fresh farm-to-table fizzy juice. And these hand-dipped artisan candles are selling faster than they burn. All these makers have gotten the attention of the local entrepreneur, Bess. She's asking others to invest in her next big venture. Bess works from home as a civil designer. She invents products that help move the world toward a brighter future. She recycles found objects for parts and then uses this awesome fabricator to make them. This thing is fire! I gotta try it! Maybe I'll leave that part to Bess. Her inventions are going to make this community a beacon of sustainability. Big changes can start small. With just a little effort, you can impact your world too.
Hello, everybody. I'm SimGuru George. Welcome to the Sims Eco Lifestyle live stream gameplay trailer. We're going to show you some good stuff today, but before we begin, I want to give you some quick updates. We're streaming from home, so you might see some technical difficulties, but I'm here alone in quarantine. But you'll see up here, we'll get some talking. I have some of the other Sim Gurus on the Discord with me, and they'll be chiming in. SimGuru Jill, you're there, right?
I'm here. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Yeah. So just make sure you guys can hear her. Let me know if we're drops out. But we'll be watching chat. We're going to show you some cool stuff. And I hope you guys are ready. I also want to give sort of a big shout out to, honestly, the team that worked on this. Because as you know, a lot of people went to work through some tough times to get this out in sort of a work from home situation. And a lot of hard work was put into what you're about to see. So we hope you guys are gonna enjoy it. So with that said, let me show you Evergreen Harbor. All right, guys, look at this. This is our this is Port Promise. This is one of the new neighborhoods in our world of Evergreen Harbor. As you can see, I'm gonna do a quick pan. The world's a little bit dirty right now. It's a little bit smoky and smoggy. What's happening in this world is it actually has a very industrial eco footprint right now. We'll get into talk about that in a little bit. I just want to show off this beautiful neighborhood. As dirty as it is right now, it is still really pretty. That includes all the trash, all the little milk cartons. I just think it's great. Don't judge me. Jill, you're a big fan of the trash too, right?
Huge.
Huge fan. Okay, so what we really want to show you here is we've set up a little demo lot here with a family that is just moved in to this area. As you can see, we have a lot of these new build assets here that make things look a little bit like containers. So you've got shipping containers. We are in a shipping port. So the family here has decided to make their house out of that abandoned stuff. And I will let you know, because I forgot to mention it, we're doing things a little bit out of order. I know people are used to seeing casts first. We're going to get to casts right after this. But, okay, so I mentioned eco footprint immediately. So what is the eco footprint? Well, if you look down here, we have this new little bit of UI, and you can see we're heavily industrialized right now. This is a brand new system that we've added that can actually appear on all of your non vacation worlds. That means that the way your Sims act, the way they build, can impact the eco footprint in all of those neighborhoods. Even if you want to go back to like even Willow Creek, all your first neighborhood, that system causes your Sims to they cough a lot right now. Oh, what's this? Ladders. Yes, we're going to show you it all really quickly. She's inside. Let's go outside over here. It's all trashy here. She's not feeling too well. She doesn't like the environment. She's coughing a lot. It's pretty bad. But a negative eco footprint or industrialized eco footprint could actually be good, because this house is actually running off the lot. And right now you can see I'm running power generators. And when I'm in this sort of negative industrialized footprint, these power generators will generate a little bit more. You can sell the power for a little bit more. We'll get into that a little bit later.
Need to have around, that's for sure.
What's that, Jill?
I said they're definitely handy to have around. I always stock up on those.
Oh, you're a little quiet. I'm going to crank you up a little bit. Well, you're quiet to me, so hopefully here I can do that. All right, I turned you up a little bit. What did you say?
Oh, I was just saying they're definitely handy to have around. I always stock up on the power generators.
Yeah, exactly. So, so there's positives being this way, and then there's positives for getting the other way. As you turn the neighborhood around, or if you want to make it eco footprint of green, then you're going to get things like your plants. You're going to grow better materials. You'll get, I think you guys have seen, there's some pretty special effects in the sky that happen like that. The air will clear up and things will get brighter. But so how do you influence that eco footprint? Jill, I know you know a lot about this, so I'm going to look at this bar, and I'm going to start off by going into build by, because there's something really special about this bar. For the first time, how you choose to decorate and build your lot is going to impact something in the world. So before, it's really a visual aesthetic, how you want to build and play. But you can see here, we've used these metal grates. These all have a footprint marker on them. Industrial footprint 1. See, this one has a green footprint. That means that what you build your materials out of, what's on the ground, that's going to impact this footprint. Right, Jill?
Yeah, it's super cool. It actually adds a whole new element of challenge when you're building your house. Like, there's a lot more that you want to take into account as you're decorating the walls, and actually which objects you place. You can see on the tool tips what's green and what's industrial.
Yeah, so even things like, the windows. These windows are actually a green footprint because, they're double panes, so, they save that on that heat bill. But doing things like changing this out will actually start to impact. So, like, we got this brown bottom of the basement dirt here. Doesn't really help us, but we have these new green ones, and they do have a good eco footprint. So, like, say we wanted a living roof a little bit here. Well, I mean, this is the flat part. That will help out. And so...
Hey, George.
Yes?
Could we turn the in-game music down just a bit? It's apparently a bit loud.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Master volume, everybody.
And
music. I'll do this. Oh, what was that, Jill?
Oh, nothing. No worries. Keep going.
So building like this will definitely impact your footprint. But not only your neighbors, how they build. In this neighborhood, we have an old mill lot over here, which isn't that green right now. We've got the neighbors over here, which are starting to garden. They are moving their way. As we make these changes, we'll sort of push the footprint of our neighborhood into the other side. But besides how you build your lot, it's also what you do on your lot. Again, we're getting our power from these dirty sources. We're getting our water from our industrial footprint. This is our atmospheric condenser. These, you add fuel to these, and so as you're burning fuel, it's actually going to get a little bit more industrial. There's our power generators. So if we were to swap those out with some of our new green items, and let me just do that real quick. I'm going to show you. We have a new off-the-grid thing. And that allows me to really quickly get to some of our windmills and stuff.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
I love the windmills.
But obviously, this is going to generate power for us. That's a little bit more green than this. Now, it's not just new stuff from EPO9 that feeds in this system. We went back and we had all kinds of interactions and objects in previous packs that do things. As you can see, we've got this rocket here. This rocket is... wait, Jill, you remember this rocket, right?
Yeah. It was actually so perfect for me when I was tweaking up this lot to make it industrial, because that's the one and only base game rocket that doesn't require you to level up in your astronaut skill. So it was just like there, and it happens to be steampunk, which is so perfect for this neighborhood. So that was a real win. It's almost like we planned it.
Yeah, so you're saying launching a rocket in your backyard is not so eco-friendly?
Not so much. It's got the plumes and a little bit of smoke.
So, all right, our sim she's going to be off there exploring space for a little bit. That hit our eco footprint a little bit. As you can see, even though I put in a green roof, it is pushing us back up the other direction. As you see, we have dumpsters. We've got some more stuff here. But there's also something else going on in this neighborhood that could also affect that. Now, as you can see, we've got neighbors walking around. And Jill, look at these neighbors. Something's up with them. What's going on? Well, if Jill doesn't say it, I'm going to say it. Our neighbors are actually using one of our neighborhood action policies, which we're going to get into in the next neighborhood a little bit. But they're a little embarrassed of their neighborhood, so they've all opted to wear bags on their heads.
Fashion statement.
And let me see if I can find some, because although there's adults with bags on their heads, this also applies to children, right? Right, Jill?
Yes, we were able to get some little bags for the kiddos and for the toddlers. And I think the cutest thing about it is that our art team took care to make it look like the kids actually painted the faces on them themselves. So it's got a really cute crayon look to it.
Oh, yeah. So if a kid walks by, we'll show that. Let me real quick. So, okay. So again, what feeds into eco footprint? It's what you choose to do on your lot, how you build it. I'm going to do a few more quick building moments here. Let's make it grassy. Yeah, I know this doesn't fit in. This is not the most beautiful build right now, but we're making some small changes here to affect that.
It's in the eye of the beholder, George.
You're getting really quiet on me, Jill. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
What was that?
Well, I just said beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Yes. And then what you choose to do on your lot. And again, this is a neighborhood collaboration. The eco footprint is per neighborhood. So this being industrial is the result of how these neighbors work together and how they build their lots and how they interact together. Which means if these neighbors are going like really industrial, I could really push here, but it's going to be more of a challenge to me to try and change this neighborhood completely on my own. This is really sort of a communal effort that has to happen. And the eco footprint really it's contained per neighborhood. So this world that we're going to look at actually has two other worlds and two other neighborhoods, and both of those will have their own. A few more starting things to say is this area is called Port Promise, actually starts in a negative industrial footprint. But the other two neighborhoods don't start that way. One starts in a neutral state, which is how you've been playing The Sims before, and one starts in the far green state. So you'll have different starting options. In your other worlds from your other packs, those will all start at a neutral state, but you can push them one way or the other. Really, we're not making any judgments. This is up to you. Well, I mean, Jill might judge you, but I know.
I prefer the industrial state myself, but it looks cool.
And you can see we've got lots of garbage. I know I've got this beautiful green lawn now, but we've got a lot of garbage deco to really sort of enjoy the filth that is in this world. Look at all this. And
I'm in love with.
What's that, Joe?
I'm in love with all that awesome trash we got in the game.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a quick cheat here. Now, and we're going to get into a little thing more, but we have these things called neighborhood action plans, which can affect what happens. But two of the major ones are the ones that allow neighborhoods to turn green and to turn a little bit more modern. And we'll look at a little bit more of these, but I'm going to instantly enact one to turn this area green. And watch the background here when this goes live. You'll see that, some of those big cement trashy pieces have been moved out. plants start coming back. On the hills, you'll see more plants coming out. Things will tend to get better. The trash is starting to be cleaned up. Now, as the week progresses, after one of these policies goes in, this continues to change. This train depot over here is going to get more greenery in it. If we chose the modern plan, some of the stuff would rebuild. So this happens gradually over time. So I'm going to leave this neighborhood. We're going to go to a save at the end of the stream that is about a week progressed that has made a lot more chance. So, you know, burn these images into your head.
Yeah, right.
Right,
and it's also worth mentioning, I'm not sure if you mentioned that when you were doing the cheat, we do have those cheats available for the players as well. So if you have testing cheats enacted, you can instant enact any of the same neighborhood action plans that George just enacted.
Exactly. Yeah. Cheats are your friend. We don't judge how you play at all. You will have lots of challenge or you'll have no challenge. All right. Let's go to a different save. And while I'm loading this up, I'm going to show you something too. I've got a quick video. Actually, we will show it after we do a quick little bit of CAS. Yeah, this one. We'll see the load screen here. Let's go really quickly into CAS, and we're going to create a new sim.
Kenneth Oy Lobo.
Now, Jill, you wanted to make the ladies, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's just me. I'm biased. I always like the women's clothes to start with.
We're going to look at a few of our CAS assets. We're not going to go through all of them today, but I know you guys are really excited about this. We have two sorts of styles that are really influencing this pack. We've got sort of an eco-chic, remade from earthen materials type look.
Yeah, I really love the upcycled look that you guys went with this. It's super cool, kind of like DIY.
Yeah. Let me go through some of the colors here just for people. So you see, I'm pretty sure those were made from old linens. We've got these nice textures, but we have a lot of, with that upcycled look, repaired items. So people are using their clothes a little bit longer. They're not throwing them out. They want to make sure that they get the maximum use out of what they wear. And honestly, I think a lot of these look very, very comfy. What about you, Jill?
Oh, I mean, I'm wearing those right now, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm kidding.
This is the stay-at-home wear, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at a couple of the... Oh, I always do this wrong. I'm going to add tops and bottoms because I hate cycling through clothes while I'm not wearing pants. So we're going to choose everyone's favorite pants for this. We'll go through a few of the tops as well. Now, I've been following Twitter a lot, and I definitely know that these pants are a fan favorite right now. So,
oh my gosh, I love those pants so much.
Yeah, look at these. This one, definitely very comfy. So, yeah, I feel like a lot of this, a lot of jeans, a lot of recycled jeans.
Work.
Even like this, I really like when we just have these little details here. Like this was patched. She made use of it, put something underneath it. Yeah. This actually is a favorite of one of our devs, Simguru Bats, if you follow her. I very much ask you that when you build Sims using this sweater, take a screenshot and tag her in Twitter on it, because she really loves this rainbow sweater. It's very dear to her heart. What's that, Jill?
Love that. That's sweet.
Yeah. Oh, so you see, we've got a number in here. I'll let you. I'll keep going here, because what else do you want to see? Everyone always wants to see hairs, right? Let's look at some of the new hairs. What's that, Jill?
We got some good hairs in this pack.
We do. I like a couple of these ones with the big braided details throughout of them. It's very nice. Some lighter hairs. You can see the details coming out a little bit more. Jill, which of these is currently adorning your Sims? Do you know? Oh, I didn't hear anything. But yeah, this is, you'll see our hero sim from our trailers, Claire. This is what she's been wearing. You see, someone asked me if those were snakes in her hair. They are not. Look at that. More details there. This is great. Jill, I know that early on you were very, very adamant that we get a new man bun.
Yeah, guilty.
So a lot of these work on all of our sims, so you can wear them no matter who you want to be. So we can switch over to the male sim and actually see that as well. But I'll leave that one up because there is accessories. We've got some cool new accessories that I like to show off here. So the eyebrow rings were the studs. Last time we put in very popular. Now we have the full rings.
Yeah, we got ring technology.
Ring technology.
Yeah.
You know, come in different colors and all. Oh, you know, it's better if I put it on the side you can see. And then septum rings. So yeah, enjoy. And I love these. What are these? Are these called gauges?
I call them plugs, but
plugs,
I think both work.
I always call them gauges. Yeah, plugs. So
Yeah, either.
and then glasses wearers like me always love it when we get a new set of glasses in here that we can wear.
Those are my favorite glasses we've ever had. Seriously, I put them on every single sim. I can't help it.
You said these ones are your favorite color?
Oh yeah. Well, the new ones.
Yes. We got new shoes, and so won't go too much in that. As I say, you're going to get this. You'll get to see all the male assets, the kid assets. Do we want to look at any kids? So we should look at kid stuff, right?
Oh yeah, we got cute stuff for the kids this time around. It's awesome.
I mean, I know we like looking at the kid stuff, but
Yeah.
it's not like everyone else does.
I like the kid stuff.
Look at that. Mommy definitely helped her put that together. Daddy did the bad stitching down there.
I can definitely relate.
Again, like some nice good textures.
Yeah, even our kids upcycle. It totally works.
Yeah. Oh god, these are actually really adorable.
I know.
Yeah, let me put some pants on. So we got that again, and then remember if you put bags on their heads, also they have kid bags.
Yeah.
Which ones do we go through these? And then I think do we have the everyone loves the toddlers. This is just an easy way to get likes in the chat, right, everybody? Toddlers are like easy mode for presenting. It's like, just show something adorable. Here, do something cute. Oh no, I chose the crying one.
Oh. All emotions are valid emotions. We're going through that right now.
That's true. So there you go. Let's go. What's that?
And sorry, George, I am a little bit behind on the stream visually. Have you shown off that really cute little toddler jacket yet?
I'm showing a couple jackets right now.
Yeah.
Now I'm showing the full bodies with the cute dresses. I've got the little. I love this one. This is the bees and the flowers dress.
Oh yeah, the what's the word, embroidery on that one is super cute.
Yeah. Oh, it's so cute. You even see the little. What is that? Is it cross stitching or is embroidery cross stitching? I actually don't know. It's not. It's different.
I think you can have a little bit of both in the same space.
Yeah. Okay. It's been a long time since I cross stitched.
Yeah.
Anyways. So we've got some cute outfits there. You got the little jumpers here, the overalls. Let's go back and make us an adult again for our sim here. I guess we should go through the pants. I know that everyone loves these bottoms, but we will go back and look at some of the other bottoms. So these pants are really awesome. They've got this like really outlined stitch on them that look a little bit like blueprints, honestly. I think they're good for one of our designers we might have in the game. This is another set of pants that are what do you call it? Our hero sim on the front, she's very fond of. Upcycled look. So yeah, check them all out.
You talking about those cargos?
Yeah, definitely. Long skirts, all that. So, okay, we've done a little bit of look on there. Now I want to look at some of our new traits. And to do that, we have some gurus on the line. And I'm going to let them chime in and do a little intro on themselves, because the first trait that we have is the maker trait.
Oh. Weeza Orsha.
Who is it that was going to talk about the maker trait? Sorry. I'm looking at my notes, but we'll see if anyone chimes in. No. So the maker trait. So we have a lot of new crafting in this pack. So the makers, as you can see, let's look at it here. They love building. They're going to enjoy working with the candle making station, with the juice fizzer, with the woodworking table. We have green fiends. These. Oh, let me click that again because it is awesome. Green fiends love everything eco. They want to use renewable technology. They want to garden. They want to make their neighborhoods eco-friendly. They want to do everything they can to help that occur. Where's the other ones? We have the recycling disciple, which feeds into a new lot trait we have as well. They want to recycle. They want to reuse. They want to get the trash that's coming to your house and make sure that it doesn't become just landfill. And then one of my favorites here, the freegan. Jill, you have the freegan too.
Yeah.
Jill, what do you think the freegan is?
The freegan, oh, well, they're near and dear to me. If I were to guess, I would guess that these people, well, based on the icon, they probably like to get free stuff out of the trash. One man's trash is another man's treasure. I know that. And I would assume they like to use those materials they find to their own benefit.
Yeah. I will say they actually will put up with and enjoy some of the dirtier aspects of the of the dumpster interaction. We'll call it like that. Dumpster interactions. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we have a couple new
activities.
Yeah, a couple new aspirations. Jessica, I think you're online. Do you want to talk about some of the new aspirations we have? We have another sim guru on the line. Jessica, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey.
I wouldn't leave you hanging,
Jessica.
George.
Oh,
Hello, Jill.
So you did a couple of these, right? You have the Eco Innovator.
Yeah, so Eco Innovator ties into our neighborhood action plans. It's the more outward-facing, like civil aspiration. It's the aspiration involves voting, convincing people to vote. It involves selling power via our new power and bill system. It also ties into the civil designer career track that we're adding. And the reward for being a very good eco innovator is you gain some new powerful socials. You might be able to have the neighborhood shun someone, or to kind of promote someone as a cool person.
Okay. I had to turn you a little bit down. Your mic was picking up a little loud for them. But the other one is the maker, right? The master maker?
Yep. So as you might expect, the maker ties into making stuff. Shocking, I know. It ties into pretty much all of our new crafting. So the candle making, the juice fizzing, the fabrication. If you finish that, it also ties into recycling, which is another big focus of the pack. If you manage to finish that aspiration tree, you gain the ability to get discounts on the material usage. You make things more efficiently, basically.
Oh, nice. So that's definitely handy if you are making lots of stuff and maybe setting up shop in your house and want to improve that, how much money you're getting, right?
Yeah, I mean, my favorite thing to make is that dollar bill, you know?
That's perfect. Cool. All right, we are just going to go with the sim. We are going to go back into game. What's that?
George, can we show off a mail cast?
Oh, okay, yeah, mail.
Oh, yeah.
Let's look. Let's look at our guys here. So we got a lot of similar assets. We got sort of the ecotech high-end eco-wear as well as a little bit.
And it's also worth mentioning, something I think that's super cool about this pack is we've got a lot of really good-looking outerwear assets. So if you've got seasons, that helps to kind of bolster your cold weather outfits too.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I love this. See the backgrounds there? You get the little mountain towns. You got these vistas going on.
Yes, that one's a hidden treasure.
I'm very sad, though, because he does not have the jean skirt combo, which everyone's a fan of. I think people are going to be sad. So I think a lot of people are going to turn off masculine just so they can wear that. Because I'm pretty sure that's going to be hot. And we should
With 3
we
Ps.
should show off some of the hairs on them, right?
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
these hairs work really well.
That first one with that fade, I am so in love with that hair. I put it on every sim I can.
Yeah, and I always I think that I think this one works really well. No, where is it? Where is the man bun one? There it is. I think this one actually works really good on the guys too. And I like that Jill likes to put this one on and call them He-Man from the 80s action film.
Oh my good. It's perfect. Make a little wand. Wow.
There you go. He-Man. And I think we even have... Oh, it just looks weird. Beard. So we have sort of a mid-length beard too. So I know that we've had the shorter one. This one is like pretty much always on Simguru Ninja. He's always he's going between these two right here, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice to have a
His
little
real
bit
life beard is longer than that.
beard there. Yeah, it fits in a little bit with the eco theme here. So cool. I'm gonna take this guy and just move him into the world again. Should not show off all of that. Let's give him a name. You will be Eduardo. Let's do this, Eduardo.
All right. Let's do it, George.
All right. I'm gonna make him move into our next neighborhood.
Eduardo Dangle.
Yeah.
Sure.
So before I show off this neighborhood, I'm gonna pause it here. I'm gonna pull a curveball on Jill. I'm gonna show you guys a quick video because I wanted to show off something before we get into this that we did for console players. So if this video plays correctly, what you're gonna see on screen is a new option that we added for console players, and you'll see that as you play around with the controller on an Xbox or PS4, you will now get sort of context-sensitive options or button callouts in the corners of the screen, so that you're a little bit more aware, and it's easier to remember what controls do what as you're navigating throughout the game. You know, this is in cast, this is in live mode, so you'll see this in a few places, and I just wanted to call this out because I don't think it's maybe not the flashiest feature, but I think a lot of our console players who are in the game a lot are really going to love the quick access to that. So
Yeah, it looks like it'd be really convenient to have that key there.
yeah. All right. So hopefully people will enjoy that. So before we do anything, let me show you this area. This is...
Oh, really quickly, George, actually. And maybe we could do it after this neighborhood.
No, what's that?
Did you get a chance to hang out on the map for a minute?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Let me just go to the map real quick. I completely skipped over that. Jill, what am I looking at here?
Well, we're looking at our brand new gorgeous map for... Why am I forgetting the name of the world right now, George?
This is Evergreen Harbor.
Evergreen Harbor. Yeah, I was like, it's not Port Promise. Evergreen Harbor. I am crazy about the new eco footprint overlays that we were able to put in with this map. So down mentioning Port Promise, where we were playing before, you can see that that's not got a nice smoggy overlay.
Actually, as you talk about this, I know that we have Simguru Azure on the line. Maybe she would like to also jump in and talk about this as you do this. So this is where we started. This is Port Promise.
Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm here. How do I sound?
I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna turn you down a little bit. There we go. Hey, Azure. So this area is all smoggy because the eco footprint was smoggy, right?
Yes. So down in Port Promise, you can see that there are lots of foggy overlays on the map, and that's because it's industrial.
And then
Look up in Grimm's query, you can see that it's actually sparkly and green because it has a green eco footprint.
Yeah. And then over here it's neutral, so we don't see anything. And actually, these callouts are sort of new. These were added to the other worlds, right? Or was that previous?
No, they were definitely added to other worlds with this one, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything before City Living, we went back and we added the little map tags and the neighborhood descriptions there.
So I'm looking at Willow Creek, and now all of a sudden I can see Courtyard Lane, Pendula View, Sage Estates, Crawdad Quarter. Now these maps will also get that smoggy or sunny look we were just looking at, correct?
Yes, and have you clicked on the eco footprint over eco footprint toggle?
No, why would I do that? Let me see what that is. That's this little leaf foot icon up here, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. Now I have these outlines of my neighborhood. And this one's yellow. Yellow for gross?
Yellow. Yes, this is something that we did to make it easy to see what is affecting your eco footprint so you can change it however you'd like.
And this also applies to all of our previous worlds, right?
It applies to all of the worlds except for vacation worlds.
Awesome. I'm so glad I called you in because I always forget to click on that because I look at the clouds and the sparklies and I'm like, oh, yes, that's exactly what I was looking at. All right, we're going to go back down into Conifer Station. What's that?
However, though, do we want to go through, because we've got some cool lot types that we have featured in this map as well.
Oh, do you want to talk about the number of lots we have on here? Azure's still here too, right?
Yes,
I am still here.
So Azure, how many lots do we have in this new world?
So we have 13 lots in this world, but 2 of the lots that you see on the map are actually apartments. So we did add apartments, one in Grimm's Query, and then the other in Conifer Station, and each of those apartments has 2 livable apartments for your Sims.
Right on. So that means that we have a total of 15 lots we can move into?
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
And then in each neighborhood, there's also 1 community lot, which we will talk about later.
Yeah, awesome. And then we have a bar. We always need a bar, right?
Oh, you need those bars.
All right, let's go back down to this neighborhood. I'm gonna
Hashtag never no bar.
Never no bar, yeah. So this area is this is Conifer Station. This is named after this old train station that was here. This whole town has this vibe of, it was like a end of the 19th century industrial town. They did a lot of forestry, mining. They were a port town. And a lot of that industry has sort of gone away in the past. So this town is trying to find itself again. It's trying to figure out where it wants to move in the future. So you get a lot of homages to that past. You see things like these big water tankers that are in the corner that are still there. You get to see the train stations when they're moving that stuff in. I always like to call it the fact that this train station is ready for their CD launch party. So that tells you about how old it is. What is that, decades now?
Yeah, I think it's due for a little bit of an upgrade.
Yeah. Things haven't been cleaned up, but I think Conifer Station, just like Port Promise, has some promise. And as you try to remake this neighborhood, you've seen it in the trailers. These roads get like nice sunflower tilings. There's more walkable spaces. A lot of people don't notice this train station here, which is all disused, actually becomes a little bit of a park. And Sims can come up here. It becomes a little bit of a skyway park with greenery and nice vistas as well. So, yeah,
it's an awesome transformation.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go back over here while things are moving, and you're going to see this is one of our apartments. And as you can see, these aren't like the city living apartments, are they, Joe?
No, these are much more modest.
Yeah.
Relatable.
They're a little bit closer to what you see in a lot of mid-sized towns. You get to see, like, this one's only 4 stories. The apartments you live in are on the top. The one in the other neighborhood is actually only 2 stories. And I think, Jill, if you correct me, that will be our first apartment that doesn't even have an elevator, right?
Yeah, you're talking about the one in the other neighborhood, right? That has the stair access? Yeah, it's super cool.
Cool. I'm going to see what's going on in our neighborhood. And so our buddy Knox has shown up naked.
What? George, do you by chance? All right, out of curiosity, do you have any active neighborhood action plans going on in the neighborhood? And has this happened in a run-through before? Or are we just lucky?
We're going to skip ahead real quick and sort of get some context. This is our neighborhood action plan.
Maybe we should explain.
Our neighborhood action plan allows for some very zany stuff to happen, including what this neighborhood has going on, which is free love.
So this neighborhood just so happens, they voted. This is what they chose. This neighborhood is a free love neighborhood, meaning that any romance interactions are totally fair game. Nobody's going to get jealous. In fact, you can actually gain community influence points, which we'll get into, for using romance interactions. In addition to that, kind of like Knox right here now, there's a little bit of a tendency to go streaking. No shame.
Yeah.
No problem.
So Knox, he came over and he says he wants teach me how I can make a difference. I'm not 100% sure that's the kind of difference I want to make right now.
He's a Renaissance man. He's got a few different priorities going on right now.
But since I'm going to stick to the script because Sims never goes off the rails, I'm gonna. There you go, Knox. Thank you very much for being professional here.
Oh, good.
I will say, Knox. He is also a Sim that you've seen in their trailer. He is one of our main characters. He is a eco master, right?
Yeah. So we've added. We wanted to do a little bit more of a tie-in to lasting personalities in this pack. So we have 3 characters which we're calling neighborhood personalities. They're actually pre-made Sims, so they will live in the neighborhood and you can play as them. But when they're not being played, you'll see they'll have the hover of what their role is. So Knox happens to be our eco master. He cares very much about spreading the joy of
spreading joy,
spreading the joy of improving your eco footprint, depending on the day.
Okay. And so, so Knox, he's pretty much the next Vlad. He's going to show up at my house every day?
Not necessarily. No. So, thanks for asking. So, Knox only shows up in Evergreen Harbor. So, these are very special versions of our welcome wagon. So, these guys replace your normal fruitcake welcome wagon, and they will only show up in Evergreen Harbor. And their purpose out the gate is to introduce you to our brand new feature, Neighborhood Action Plan.
Which is what I have on the screen now. Knox is telling me about these neighborhood action plans.
Yeah, and he... Oh, sorry.
No, go for it, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, Knox in general, he's just right now recommending some of his personal favorite neighborhood action plans. So he tends to sway a little bit to the green eco footprint.
Yeah, I can see. He's asking us to vote for green initiatives, eco-friendly appliances, or green energy production.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, keep going. I was just reading for you.
Yeah. Oh, no. And it's pretty handy here. So you can say thanks for the info, and he's going to go ahead and get you started with a few influence points. So if you are curious what influence points are, if you saw the little flyaways down there in your corner in the HUD, George?
Yeah, I might have missed them in the fast, but I do see I have influence points. I've opened up this little UI now. Mm-hmm. Knox is going crazy. I'm going to go follow him. So yeah. I'm going to leave this open and let you talk about it while I follow Knox.
Yeah, go ahead and follow Knox. He's trying to be a little helper. He's showing you where the local community board is. So in all 3 of the neighborhoods in Evergreen Harbor, you're going to find open street community boards. That is where the NPCs, your own sim, can go and they can place their votes for that week's action plans that are up for vote. And this panel in your sim info panel, it's a new addition for neighborhood action plans that kind of tells you how much influence points you currently have when voting is open and closed. It'll open at the exact same time every week. So you can kind of spend the week gaining up your influence and figuring out what plan you want to vote for.
So yeah, so I could go here and I could spend that influence. And to get more, I would just do interactions. Like I could talk to Knox about the eco lifestyle, or
that gives you different benefits. Talk about eco lifestyle is a special thing for his personality, but just regular socializing with other sims, so introductions, just generally being a good member of your community. So if you raise your relationship with another sim, if you host events at your house, that'll up your influence gain. And there's also a lot of civil designer, our new career for eco living. Eco lifestyle. There's a lot of civil designer interactions that are going to give you influence. We did a lot of cross pack tie-ins. So if you've got fame, upping your fame level will get you influence points. Yeah, you can see the fly away. If you join a college, university, you get a degree. University organizations will get you influence. So there's a lot of cross pack ways to do it. And of course, if you defeat the mother plant, you get like lots of influence.
Okay, so I could go to this board and then I could vote on this. I'm gonna do that now, and I'm gonna bring this up. I failed, even though we are in the free love, I failed to do some flirting. So,
I'm so embarrassed.
Let's do some voting here. Oh, it's big UI came up, and now I can see that. Now I can see what free love is, and the fact that that is alive and going now. I'm gonna read that real quick. Who needs the negativity when you could be drenched in love? Who needs jealousy when you could be embraced with understanding? Vote with your heart.
And props to our icon team. My goodness, that icon is brilliant.
Yeah. So, it looks like I have some other things here. I don't have enough point. I'm going to cheat some points here real quick. Give myself some influence.
Yeah. So yeah, it's worth mentioning each vote is 10 influence points apiece. And you can place as many votes on as many action plans as you'd like, just assuming you've got enough. So George has a lot more, well, a little bit more. He's got 23 influence.
Yeah, so it looks like, my neighborhood right now, it looks like they're voting for tech support. Apparently my mom lives in this neighborhood and needs tech support.
My brother too.
Your brother too? Support the performing arts.
He gives the support, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I don't like either of these. Like, I want to go and look what's in here. We have eco-friendly appliances, rough housing. That sounds rock your body and mind. I thought we were already doing that. No. Sharing is caring. Juiced community. Wonder what that could be about. Green gardening. Some
people like to juice.
Yeah. Where is it? So we've got these. I'm going to choose modern development in Conifer Station because I want to actually change this neighborhood. So as I can see, I put it up for a vote, but haven't voted on it yet. I could go ahead. I could add some votes. I could take those away. The thing is, right now I can only afford 2 votes. That basically means I'm not going to win. But what if I, instead of doing that, tried to convince 2 other people to vote for my nap, right?
You can totally do that. Take my nap!
So that only takes 5 influence points, so I can actually try and get more votes out of my influence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, Bess showed up. Bess is our other neighborhood friend. She is an entrepreneur wearing some weird pants for this. This neighborhood action plan you guys created is crazy, okay? I'm just going to say that.
I don't even know if that's related to the action plan, to be honest with you.
I could ask her about voting for profit. But either way, you can convince them. If you convince them, they'll turn around and vote as well. These boards appear all over your neighborhood. And again, how often do you get to vote, Jill?
Well, while voting is open, you can vote as many times or how often as you'd like. But voting opens at the same time every week. I believe it opens on Friday and then it closes on Sunday. So within that window of time, you want to make sure you get your votes in.
Okay. I'm not going to wait for that because we're in a demo and I'm going to cheat. So I'm going to and again, these cheats players have access to?
Yeah, absolutely. If you have testing cheats enabled, just shift click on the board. You can cheat your influence points up if you don't want to grind on that. Or you can enact or repeal neighborhood action plans.
Okay, so I'm going to cheat this as if it just happened. And as that happens, you'll see that my neighborhood starts to change. The apartments, which looked a little bit shabby before, are now made over with sort of a modern aesthetic. I actually really want to live there now.
Green roofs, wood panels.
Some of the trash has started to clean up. This plaza's being changed. It looks like I've still got a ways to go before the rest of my neighborhood takes in, and maybe that will again happen. My station up here hasn't really started its transformation. Maybe that'll happen on a Friday, and it's only Monday. But yeah, those changes will happen. So, all right, I'm gonna go and switch over to a different family in this neighborhood now. Oh, I don't want to travel with you. I want to actually save and go to Managed Worlds, because we are going to talk about another family who is really into crafting, the Tinker family.
And George, while we're loading, it might be worth noting, it seems like I've seen on the chat, I think when we tap in other people to chat, their voices might be coming in a little bit loud. So we might have a little bit of...
I'm going to have to ask you to repeat that because our intro sting was very loud in my ears.
Sorry. No, I was just noticing on chat when we tag other people into to talk, it sounds like maybe their voices are a little loud.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if
I have been lowering their volumes as they come in.
Okay.
So,
good.
Yeah. So who are we with here? Jill, you know all about this family. This is the Tinker family, right?
Yep. We got Tina Tinker, we've got Jasminder Tinker, and we've got their adorable little daughter Olive.
Yeah. So who's this? I forgot. This is Tina, right? Yes, this is Tina. Yes, Tina is she is in our new career, the freelance crafter career.
Correct. Yes.
Do you want to talk about that, or do we have someone on the line who wants to talk about that?
Yeah, Jessica, would you like to take this, or I'd be happy to. Either way.
I think you might know more about the Tinker family. I can speak about her job being a freelance crafter, though.
Yeah, so...
yeah. I think the crafter is really what we were wanting to get into.
Oh, I completely looked away for a second. Okay, yeah, so freelance crafter. It's our new freelancer career. It's a little bit different than previous freelancer careers because it actually spans a couple different skills instead of just one. For this one, you'll be taking commissions to make things in the fabricator, to make candles, to brew things like kombucha in the new juice fizzing skill. And you'll actually unlock a bunch of new cast assets from progressing in this career.
Oh, right. So, I mean, it looks like I chose the Full of Regrets, which I think is an amazing name, whoever wrote Full of Regrets.
Look, I might have punned once or twice in this pack.
Yeah, 1 or 2 puns.
And so, if I need to make a rug, I have to do it using the fabricator, right, Jessica? Well,
yeah.
Yes, I'm going to answer. I just thought you would want to talk about it. I'm going to fabricate a rug here in our new fabricator. So this is a new object that we have in the game that allows us to sort of 3D print a number of objects that, unless you cheat, are not available in Build By, which means the only, like if you were playing without cheats, the only way you get them is by crafting them. Let me do that here. Let's go build this rug to fulfill our regrets. And so this object here has a number of items, again, that are not available to be made, to be bought just from the catalog. You have to build them here. You have to use materials to do that. And when you do it, some of the objects are like couches and stuff might go in your home inventory, but mostly they'll pop into your normal inventory. Now these objects, some of the recipes you unlock in other ways through careers and talking to people, but the most of them, it's through your fabrication skill.
Yeah, which is super cool. I mean, it really adds a whole new element of just satisfaction that I made this.
Yes. And I will warn you that when you start out early on, you and your 3D printed robot here may not get along. And there might be some fights. Just letting you guys know.
You've been warned.
Yeah. So as she 3D prints this, I'll also tell you that you can't just 3D print stuff out of thin air. You need to get materials for it. And we have a whole new system for getting materials. And that relates to this object right here, the recycler. Oh, she just finished that. Let me show you this rug real quick, which I think went into our home inventory. Yep, here you go. I got a brand new rug. I just made that. Actually, I need to place it back in my inventory because I need to send it off to my client. Let me do that. I'm sending the rug. Okay, so again, the recycler. The recycler gives you bits and pieces. Just about everything in the game can be recycled. That means you can get rid of some of that stuff that you've been going on. Maybe you have a giant My Sims doll collection that's just been burning a hole in your inventory, and you're like,
hey, don't judge.
I gotta get rid of this stuff. It's just causing me pain. So you can go in here and you can recycle from your inventory, and you say like, buddy, I don't need you anymore, buddy. Book of poems that I had when I was angsty, don't need that anymore. So I could take those and then I'll put them into our recycler, chomp them up, and get bits and pieces out of there. Just about everything will go into this machine, and out will pop these materials. These materials can be used in your fabricator to create this stuff.
Yeah, this is one thing that I really love about this pack. Like, you can just kind of set up your little maker space with the new objects that we've got, and they turn into their own just ecosystem of creating recyclable bits and new items. It's really fun to play with the whole trifecta of everything.
And if you need to know like how many bits and pieces you actually have, you just mouse over your money down here and you'll see that, oh, I have 431 bits and 426 pieces. So you can track all that. And again, you can use that to fuel up your generators. Biofuel. I wonder what that is. Danger button.
What's that, George?
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff you can do there. That material feeds into a lot. So you can grow like just a bunch of carrots in your house and then break those down and turn those into couches and then sell those.
I mean, why not? I've got 2 carrot couches in my house. And also, George, while I'm talking, I'm watching the feed again. It sounds like the game volume at this point might be a little bit loud. I'm not sure if there's.
Oh, good. Okay, I will turn that down because I only turned down the music. So we'll turn the object. We'll just do this. All right. And then you'll be able to find dyes or purchase dyes and do that. So, sorry, where was I? We were fabricating.
You said I don't care at all for carrots.
Oh, yes, you don't care at all. Yes.
Nice fun.
There is something that's really cool here that I'm going to show off too. So Tina, she's a maker. She's been collecting lots of ingredients. I think many of you, if you've played a game for longer than a week, this happens to you. You get a lot of stuff in your inventory. So we have done a couple of updates here to our inventory system so that you can now filter it and really quickly look through your items. Say you want to look at freshness and you want to be like, I only want to look at my gardening items and I want to see maybe what their name is, and it'll sort them for you. And you're like, you know what? I only want fruits and vegetables, or only want fruits and vegetables. Let's get rid of those. And now I can see that. So as you're playing and you need to really quickly get to stuff, you can do that now.
And George, to mention, this is a free update for everybody, correct?
Yes, unfortunately it is. No. Just kidding. No, this is something that we've done for Eco Lifestyle, but we are sending out to everyone. It'll come out in the patch because it is definitely an update that will make everyone's life very much easier. So,
yeah, and even though it's a free update, this update to the inventory lends itself to Eco Lifestyle so well because there's so much tie-in with the inventory in this pack. It just seemed like a natural fit to add this.
So I'm selling my fish and frogs because I just want to get rid of those. But either way, that's coming. You will see it in your update, and hopefully you guys can spread some love for the incredible team that brought that to you because we know it's going to make your life better. Okay, I'm going to close down some of that. So, okay, I got materials from there, but where else can I get materials? Well, we've got a dumpster here.
Yay, my heart.
So we can nap in the dumpster, dive for thrills. I don't know what that is. No one will do that.
What's that mean? I don't know.
Sort out compostables, dive for deals, dive for meals. Yes, that means I can come over here. Wait, let me make sure. Am I
Well, George, I'd say we should do the most fun-looking interaction. Why don't we sort out those compostables?
I think that's right. Yeah, compostables are big. Right now, I was feeling a little bit peckish, so I'm grabbing a meal. And she's not a freaking sim, so that actually might not be great. Did I grab food? I'll do that later. I loaded up her inventory. Let's do sort out compostables. Now, there is something that I'm going to stop real quick and go to build mode for, is we have a new lot trait, which is applied to a lot of this, but it is our reduce and recycle trait. And again, this is another system that, applies to all your worlds. You opt into and opt out. Like, so if you add this trait to your lot, it's going to change the way the trash on your lot works.
Yeah.
It's going to basically mean that your trash cans are no longer bottomless. A lot of interactions that you do will now generate more trash, and you're going to have to do stuff with that trash. You can't just take it out and keep filling up your bin because the garbage man will only come once a week. You'll have to sort out your compostables, maybe sort out recyclables, reduce what you're throwing away, or you can take those and turn those materials into things that you want to fabricate, or maybe you want to turn into candles, or you want to recycle here. So,
did you mention candles?
I did mention candles. Should I go into candles here? I don't know if people are interested in candles, but yeah, let's look at candles. I feel like, let me see, do it. The sun is setting, so it might be a good time for candles.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll go back to candle making here, and we are going to tap in another guru to come and talk about this in a little bit. Simguru Popcorn. So everyone should put popcorns in the chat because she loves that, but she had a big hand in candle making. I'm going to make a candle here. Oh, do I not have any bits and pieces? Oh, I don't have any wax.
I believe you
could maybe buy wax on the candle making station.
Hi, Simguru Popcorn.
How's my sound?
You're a little. I'm gonna turn you down, but so you don't have to worry about it.
How's my sound now?
Well, that sounds quiet. I have to do this for every new people. Okay.
Sounds like a quiet.
Now you should be fine. I'm gonna make a candle, and I'm gonna let you talk about this a little bit, right?
So this is one of the new skills that contributes to or one of the new hobbies that it contributes to the fabrication skill. So there's 2 ways you can increase that, which is using the fabricator and candle making. You can make 4 different shapes of candles.
Yeah, right now I
That's a
chose
lot
the
of popcorn.
boring block one. I'm going to put in wax and let it cool.
I don't know, candle is boring in my heart. So you can do dipped candles, which children can also make. And you can make molded candles, which are either the cylindrical or rectangular. And then you can do really fancy carved candles. Once you get high enough level, you can infuse them with different scents, and they will set different moods. So
what kind of moods?
Happy moods and sad moods and energetic moods, lots of different moods. So yeah, the fabrication skill also uses dyes, both fabricator and candles. That's how you get the different colors. There are, hold on, I wrote this down, 7 regular colors like black, red, and blue, and then there are 2 special colors. One you get from dumpster diving, and I see something that is colored like it right now, which is the houndstooth. And then secondary, we have the grim dye.
Oh no, my candles got shorter. What's going on?
Wait, sorry. I sorry. That might be a bug that they go down. They're
burning
lit
up
for too long. Yeah, they burn up. I don't know. Maybe we'll fix it. No, I'm kidding.
Like real candles?
The candles melt, which is super fun. But also my favorite thing is we added a cheat in. When you shift click, you can actually set what level it's at and make it stop. You can make it stop melting. So you can have an entire room of candles that never melt. So you can have them melt and keep that action, or you can just make a gorgeous, Victorian vampire house with lots of candles, which is what I like to do.
And like I could see that I could turn extinguish all the candles, and I could turn them all on, so they work differently than the lights, right?
They're on a separate system. I will also say the fabricator. There's over like 25 things you can make on it when you include all the career stuff. So candles, fabricator, they both tie into each other really well using pieces. You can also use, in order to make candles, you need wax. And you can either buy soy wax on the table, or you can harvest soy wax. Or you can, if you have seasons, you can get them from bees.
So bees are your friends. Sorry, I'm making a dipped candle right now.
Yeah.
I apparently am not great because I just burned myself.
You're supposed to be good at this, Tina.
So I'm going to let her build this, but I want to ask you because I think this is very important. These candles, they're going to affect my bill, my power?
Well, they work off the grid, and...
They work off the grid? Okay, that's good.
Extremely... Okay, that's all. Work off the grid, yay, go team!
Good team. Yes, they work off the grid, which means you can have these, you can light up your off-the-grid lots without any issues. But the reason why I sort of brought that up about them bringing in power, and I'm going to tap in another guru pretty soon, is my maker here. She is building a lot. Let me do all lights, turn these on. I'm going to cheat them to be happy. But why did I bring that up? Because we have done another update, and this is going to happen to everyone as well, most parts of this. We have split out our bills. We have Tom on the line, SimGuru Tom, and actually, when he comes on, I'm probably going to have to adjust his audio too. So let me get ready.
Hi, George.
Hi.
I'll try to be a little bit further away from my mic right off the bat.
Right. Okay, I adjusted it. You should be good to talk now. Now,
sweet. If
you look over here, I have, oh wait, that's not it, not my bills. I'm going to go to my mailbox real quick and select to look at show bills information. What's this? This is all new. Tom, tell us about this.
So we've updated the bill system. So not only will your lot price affect how much you have to pay at the end of the week, but now how much you use objects that require water or power will have an effect. We did lower how much the lot price directly affects you. So your bills should roughly be the same if you're starting off at a new home, but you will see more of a difference as you play with larger households and larger lots.
Yeah, so it looks like right now that like Tina in this big house she's in, she's using over 40 units of power a day, or
yeah, she is.
So that's gonna show up in the power that she has to pay at the end of the week. Right now, she's got a bill of like $368, which will come due eventually. But yep. So what happens if I make more power than I use? Like we have all these power generations now.
Yeah, well, if you're starting to make a surplus of power, you could sell it back to the power company. They won't be too happy because, they don't want to give you money. But if you actually make more money from your power or water at the end of the week than you would have to actually pay, you will be immediately paid out instead. So you can turn your bills into a profit-making scheme.
So I turned on my generator here. I'm going to let that run a moment. And so basically, if you have eco lifestyle, you have the power and water generation things. That is that's completely new to this pack. That's part of this pack. But if you don't have eco lifestyle, you will still have your power and water bills split out now, right, Tom?
Yes.
And that means that if you had built a lot and it has 800 TVs in it and they're all running, I could look at my bill and see that I will have an insane power bill, but almost no water, because that's how I set things up. But if I had a lot that was just running showers all the time, maybe they're leaking and stuff, I would see a huge water bill, right?
Yes, you would.
See, my generator's on. Now I'm using less power per day. If I ever got that to go in the green, I could actually start selling it. So that's great. That means I could basically live off the grid, or even make a story about where I'm maybe a solar farm, right?
You definitely could. And speaking of off the grid, you would be able to use these objects there to start using some of your power or water objects you normally wouldn't have access to. Though, be careful, if you use too much power, they will just turn right back off.
Oh, okay. That's a great thing for off the grid, because if you're playing off the grid, you're going to be looking at that dialogue to see when you're going to lose power, when you're going to lose water, etc. Right?
Yep.
Awesome. Let me go in the nap in the dumpster. So that's a good thing. So Tina here, she's very savvy. She's reusing materials in her neighborhood. She's using the lot trash so that she can actually generate more trash, use that trash to build stuff and sell it. She's trying to make money and be efficient. What's not so efficient is paying your own power bills. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Tina and we're going to go to a new community lot. Let me go over here real quick. Across town, it's nighttime. I hope people show up with me and aren't too sleepy. We're going to cheat. Oh, I think I told her to nap in the dumpster. Don't nap in the dumpster.
Yeah,
yet.
she's still queuing up that nap. not the neighborhood action plan naps. This is a different kind of nap.
Yes.
Speaking of, I got pinged by Sim Guru Chowder. It sounded like there was a question on neighborhood action plans.
Mm-hmm.
I want to confirm that even though the welcome wagon is specific to Evergreen Harbor, the neighborhood action plan feature itself can be available anywhere. So if Bob Pancakes wants to vote on his neighborhood's action plan, he can feel free. You can vote from the mailbox in that case.
So Bob Pancakes, that means I can get all those plans in Willow Creek where he lives, right?
Yes, all of the action plans, aside from the ones that actually change the layers and visuals of the world, because those are specific to Evergreen Harbor, but everything else is fair game any world you live in, aside from destination worlds.
Yeah. So like switching out these apartments to be a modern look, to get stuff like that, that is only in this new world. But the eco footprint, which changes, and those naps, that can happen anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So we are here, and I am on a lot, which again looks abandoned. Looks like the community did not know what to do with this space. But Tina's here. She doesn't want to build everything at home and use her own power. She's going to check this board, and now I have something called community space projects.
It's kind of skeezy. She's showing up at like 2:30 a.m.
I know it does.
Sure.
Wait, there's people awake out here. So communities. Oh, I don't have any influence. Let me cheat me some influence real quick, because that works. So what is this? So I have a new board and I don't have any of my normal naps. So Joe, it looks like I can now vote on a community garden, a makerspace, and a marketplace.
Yes. So you are at right now a new community space venue, and the cool thing about these new venues is that, and I actually might want to hand this over to Sim Guru Azure to talk about more, but these venues have 3 or 4 different venue subtypes that you can vote on. So the community defines what type of community space is going to be active at any given time.
So Azure, I just voted for a makerspace. I'm going to go into build mode to show a little bit more about this, but maybe you can talk about it with me.
Awesome.
So if I go to venue and I choose lot type, typically you've seen residential, bar, generic, gym, etc. We have this new one, community space. I'm selecting that, and I have more options here.
Do you know if there's a way to move where your camera is? Because it's covering up the UI right now.
That is a very important thing to do. Let's do that. Thank you for calling me on that. There we go.
No problem.
So let me do it again. See, you choose your lot type up here, the typical ones everyone had before. Now we have a community space. And again, this can work in this world. It'll work in the other worlds. If you want to switch out your park to be a community space, you can do that. And what this does, and I'll let Azure chime in a little bit here, is we've got these 4 options here, right?
Yes, you can. So the lot in each of the neighborhoods starts out as a default space.
Which is beautiful. Whoever built this, I gotta hand it off. They really took care in trashing the place.
Well, and now that you're in build, you might be able to toggle to daytime so people can get a really good view.
Oh, yeah. And then you also have the option of, through the gameplay of voting on the community board.
Yes, I voted for a marketplace.
Yes, your Sims can transform it into a community garden, a marketplace, or a maker space. And each of these spaces different. They have different situations in gameplay. They'll bring different Sims to this lot, and they'll do different things.
That is fantastic. Well, these look like they were built on the same shell. Like they look like they have the same bones, but they're completely different when I snap between them.
Absolutely. You can actually go into Build By and change these spaces to be whatever you would like. There are certain objects that you need to have on the different types of spaces in order to make them act like a garden or a maker space or a marketplace. But as long as you have those items, you can change anything else to be what you would like. And then in gameplay, you can actually have that lot show up and your Sims can enjoy it.
All right, so I just made a few edits to this lot, but that's not what I'm seeing in game, correct? Right now, I'm only seeing this one that shows active, right?
Absolutely. So you can go in and change any of the types of lots however you would like, but you actually need to change it through gameplay, cheating or through the community space building.
So I just went back to live mode and my lot's all trashy again.
Yes. Beautifully trashy.
So even though I can edit that, it doesn't actually happen until the Sims themselves vote and this gets swapped over. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this because I think one of the reasons we did this is that the players has always had total control here. They could go into any lot and change it, but it was always the player doing that. But in this case, we're allowing the player to set up these lots, but really it's up to the Sims to tell a story. The Sims actually take that action and change things.
Mm-hmm. And it's the really Sims cool. have, control over their neighborhood. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so it's a great way. And I think Jill always talks about this too. Just because I voted on Makerspace doesn't mean I'm going to get a Makerspace, right, Jill?
Oh, absolutely. That's kind of my favorite thing about neighborhood action plans. There's a new element of kind of challenge and competition here. Like you're really interested in what your neighbors are voting for. So I tend to lurk around the community board and try to convince people to vote what I want because they can't beat me.
Because all of a sudden you'll be running a demo and they will have enacted free love.
and then people will run around naked.
So,
for instance.
If I'm playing, do I have to save and load for this to happen? What do I have to do? We pretty much just vote, and then it happens when the vote ends, right? Even if I'm on the lot?
Absolutely.
So, again, if I'm in cheat, hey, it just happened, and it became a makerspace, bam, it'll pop out like this while I'm playing, and all of a sudden, things will be rebuilt.
Yep,
and
you get
there we
the
go.
quick building overlay.
Oh, and it looks like people are already showing up to use this makerspace. Oh, and that is very nice. That is what I wanted to show off here.
One thing I really like about these lots too is that it gives you an opportunity to take part in the gameplay around this pack without having to necessarily buy those items. Like say your Sims, just can't afford a fabricator, just can't afford a recycler. Well, they can go to their community space and they can use it if they vote for it to be a.
That is a really good point, Azure. That's so true.
Oh, fantastic. So I'm going to let her keep playing here. We've got a lot of stuff. Oh, this light's not turned on. Turn on. Oh, yeah, I guess it is. Okay. Oh, it's because daytime's coming up. So things are going on. Ooh, I love these roofs. Whoever built these are amazing. Because I could still say that, this looked like the building was already there. And to sort of recap a little bit, in this world, there is one of these lots in every single neighborhood. And each one of them starts off in a sort of a junky state. a disused state. If you build one in a new world, you actually create that state yourself. It doesn't have to be junky. Say you want to pretend that it's like a nightclub and your Sims are going to vote on doing that, you can build it to look like that. It's only the makerspace, marketplace, and community garden that actually have the gameplay elements tied to them. So if you build a community garden, it'll bring, like, it has requirements on it.
So the default community space you're saying is just kind of a generic venue.
Yeah,
behavior.
I'm going to show that in the UI real quick. As you can see, like, I'm in a makerspace. Azure was talking, here's what I have required to make this. Like, I have to have candle making table and a juice fizzing station. But if community space, that is really up to me what I want that to actually be. All it requires is the board to be voted on. So this is gonna be fun. I think that when people are creating builds now, they're gonna have to like think about like, what I want this space to become. Maybe release a series of builds on the gallery where you show like, here's the makerspace version of this lot, here's the community garden version, etc. So it'll be fun. That'll be a lot of cool stuff to play with. All right, let me go back to live mode here. I will say that I keep clicking on it, so I'm going to do it here while I have space. We did add a new bike. Does she have a bike? Yes, I think she has a bike.
Yes. Did she have it in her inventory?
Yes, this is her new bike.
And George, how did Tina go about acquiring that bike?
So we are going to get into that in the next neighborhood. But I just wanted to show it off because it's pretty and the sun's coming up, and I know that she has a really cool looking bike.
Yeah, I love that bike.
Do I need Discover University for that? Nope. You just get this bike. This bike is a eco lifestyle bike. So yeah, enjoy.
And it shows.
It shows, yes.
It's definitely got a unique look to it. I love these bikes.
Yeah. Oh man, everyone's voting. I should check in. No, I don't care. We're leaving. We have to save. We're gonna go into our next save here. We are gonna go here to our last neighborhood here. Okay.
And George,
yep.
Really, sorry to change script a little bit, but
No,
it does sound like there's some interest in seeing some of our new apartments that you mentioned. So once we get into the neighborhood, could we showcase maybe the one you had talked about?
Yeah, let's do that. You know what? Maybe we'll just... Can I move in a sim? We'll do that at the end. You know what? We'll just we'll finish this part and then we'll go through. We'll move into a couple of these neighborhoods real quick because then I could just auto create a sim and we'll go in.
Sounds perfect.
I can only deal with so much.
I know.
I'm just joking. What's this family? This family is unique. This family holds a special place in Simguru Chowder's heart. I just want to say that. Maybe that's not true, but I'm going to say it is. Every time you play with this family, let him know. he can hear us. This is Grimm's Quarry. As you can see, it again has its roots in what this town was. Like, there's a big quarry here that was mining marble to be used in house building. But this neighborhood, like, if you get this neighborhood really industrialized, the trees are pushed back because a lot of them were harvested and not regrown. But this neighborhood has been doing things like they're already green. You can see that these apartments, this is the one that you can actually move into, has already swapped to a modern look with the green roofs. They haven't done anything with their community space yet. Looks like this can still be done. This was an abandoned, stone cutting house that was used for the quarry. You can see all that.
Is that the official word, stone cutting house?
I made it up, but I know what they do there.
No, it's good.
Like,
yeah.
when you harvest stone, you have to like slice it into pieces and polish it, and that's what they do in those industrial buildings. But that provided the bones that you could then the rest of the that house was built on, or not that house, that lot was built on. So you can see it's very green here. So the birds are chirping. We've got fantastic sunlight coming down. Everyone in this neighborhood is enjoying the benefits of it being green. Their plants are growing a little bit slower because they're taking their time, but they're growing better quality ingredients. Their solar panels are working better. So looks like Nox is showing up.
He's a little bit more decent this time.
He is a little bit more decent. But I don't care about Nox right now. Yeah. I am more interested in this family and everything they're doing. This family, I've edited a little bit, but their story is that they're making some money and no one really knows why. Maybe it has something to do with this item back here. Actually, let's get into that because I know everybody wants to see it, and I know Arnold is waiting. Is waiting to talk about it. This is the Juice Fizzer. Let's get into this.
Hello, everyone.
I'm gonna update your audio real quick.
Yeah.
Because I have
test.
Chowda. All right, you should be good.
All right, cool. Test. Okay, I'm waiting for chat to see.
Yeah.
If it's okay. Is it okay for you guys?
Yeah. We'll look at Granny over here while she does that. Hey, look. It's the taste like chicken's bugs.
Oh man, the Twitter like memes from the chicken farm, the chicken worm farm.
I hope audio can hear this. You can hear them crawling around on the box.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
So good. Oh, we got different bugs here. We'll get back to bugs. I just wanted to show this real quick. We were over here. People were excited about this thing. What is this?
All right, so introducing the juice fizzing machine. Here is where you can kind of start your own kind of home brew craft brewing business, creating your own fizzy juice. It depends completely on the ingredient that you put in, so you can customize it to what you want it to do, what you want it to be. You can also make kombucha, and you can also make seltzer, because, you know, we gotta be trendy.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. So it looks like I can't just start fizzing right away. I have to load ingredients, right?
Yep. So you have to choose your ingredients, which comes from your inventory. You know, you could generally use almost every ingredient in the game, including across all packs. There's some Easter egg ones in there as well. I hope that you guys can discover it. And you load the ingredients, and then you start your fizzing process. And the cool thing about this is that it's kind of like how distilling really works. You set it to go, and then you can just walk away. Let it do its fizzing for a bit, you know?
Yeah. So I only had 6 bananas there. I need to get some more. And while this fizzes real quick, I'm going to go over here and harvest some apples, because what you basically just said is I can use all of this fruit, right?
Yep.
Oh, I'm very focused. Oh, this is actually a new hydroponic garden, which always waters itself. That is awesome. And then we have vertical garden we'll talk about in a second. I have more apples. I think I've got a new storage box here where I know I've put a lot of my fruit. So let me open this. Bring my fruit over. Because, and you can talk about this, I only put 1 banana in for this first one. So that means I'm only going to get 1 juice out, right?
Yeah, so depending on how many ingredients you put in, you get a different amount of output. So you put in 1 ingredient, you get 1 juice. You know, you kind of want to test out the waters a little bit, see what you get from it. Put in up to like 5 ingredients, and you can get a 6-pack.
Oh, I wish I could get a 6-pack that easy. So our sim here, Cletus, while he's waiting, he got a little hungry. So I did some diving for meals. So I pulled some nice crackers out of the trash can there.
Tasty.
Yeah, I can do this because he is a freegan sim. Ooh, and a aficionado. What's that?
Yeah. So if you max out your juice fizzing skill, you become an aficionado, which is, you know, a very happy pun that Jill came up with.
So if you really like the best juice fizzing, you're an aficionado.
It just came to me.
He's eating his snacks here. He is a freegan sim, and I think also Slob sims do this as well. They will eat out of the garbage and be okay. Ooh, look, flies. Ooh, roaches. Sorry, wildlife distracted me. There's rats too. I missed them. Oh, it looks like my juice is ready. I'm gonna go collect it. Let's leave those crackers going.
I think my stream is slightly delayed. I'm gonna refresh.
Yeah, mine too.
There we go. I just did some. I got some fizzy plantain juice. I'm gonna call it Eco Lifestyle.
Yeah. So you can name whatever you make, and then when you get higher skill, you can send it off to get it evaluated. So you can really get your craft brewing.
So I got a new brew here. Yeah, enjoying that. Now I'm going to set this to go as well while we go over to gardening. But if I put in more ingredients than just one, I'll get that 6-pack. So let me set that up.
Yeah, I want to see that 6-pack.
Yeah, I want to see that 6-pack, Jordan.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, that's what the wife says too.
Oh, wait a second.
Okay. Wait, did I get a... ooh, I can start fizzing seltzer. How do I make the kombucha again?
You need to put in flowers or herbs.
Flowers or herbs. I don't have any of those. I only have fruit, but I know I'm growing some over here. While he messes around, I'm going to let that go, and I'm going to talk about a new garden we have here. We have a couple new garden ingredients. This is a hydroponic garden, which we'll talk about in a little bit, comes from our other career and unlocking this blueprint. But the hydroponic garden, you don't need to water because they sit in a bed of water and are always watered. But the vertical garden is brand new, and I know popcorn, so everyone should spam popcorn emojis again in chat. Simguru Sarah wants to come and talk about this vertical garden. Let's see, who's our gardener? I forgot.
Back.
You're back.
Can you hear me?
All right.
So the vertical garden is a new planter we added. You can plant any bush type of plant, and then there's a couple of magic or special items that you can't, and some of the tuber stuff, but as you can see, you can do that. You can put them inside, outside. It makes it a lot more convenient, and you can fertilize them more often, and yeah, but assuming people want to go into a very special aspect of it.
Yeah, I think we do. Now, I need to find my sim who could do this. I know I've set up. They have to have... It is the civil designers who can do this, right?
Yes.
We can grow cruelty-free meat. What's that, Sarah?
Yeah. So you can convert the vertical garden into the I can't believe it's not meat wall. This is fake meat, cow plant meat, just synthetic, good old, not grown meat. You can name it. I'm ready to have the tomatoes thrown.
So I see it there. I'm now McMeaty veggie meat.
Yeah, so you can name it. We named them Hammond and Dimitri. So the designer was so excited because that wasn't originally designed, and he ran over to me and was like, "Guess what, Sarah? You can name."
You realize you guys just set it up so that if my wife comes in here and asks what I'm doing, I can say I'm massaging my meat?
That made for some really interesting meetings. So, 8 meetings, get it. So you can massage the meat, that it will improve its quality. You can also, if you decide to let your wall die and neglect it, you can actually let it dry up and it becomes jerky. And also, if it catches on fire, you can get a very high quality meat cube that is nice cooked steak.
That is fantastic. I think our chat really loves that we have added a meat wall. That is very clear.
We hope it meets your expectations.
Oh, it does meet. Jessica, I am so glad you jumped in for that.
High stakes gameplay here.
Vegetarian and squeamish sims also do not like standing next to it because it's real gross.
Okay, so we'll get back to this then. Another thing that we have here, speaking of meat and edibles, we have insect farms. I know everyone has been enjoying seeing these in our trailers. As you see, I have grubs here. I have beetles, and then I have crickets. I can actually do a lot of things with these. As you can see, everyone likes to nurture the bugs. They are fantastic. They are family friends. But a lot of people around the world have tried out the delicacy that is insect eating, and they say that it's actually very eco-friendly. So we've added the ability to, we've added a few new recipes that you can try out, and you have to get the ingredients from here. For example, I have crickets ready to go. As you can see, I think my kiddo helped paint this one here. I can collect cricket flour or biofuel. As you can see earlier, we were burning fuel, but if you can create enough crickets, you can just go ahead and make biofuel and power your house with the power of crickets.
That's where you get the biofuel.
It is, yeah. But I'm going to collect the cricket flour as she finishes up nurturing, what did you call it? Hans Grubber? There's a fourth type. There's also, they're not called fire beetles. They are, Bombardier beetles, which also have some mischievous actions as well. But I've collected my yes. I've collected my cricket flower here. I could clean it out and get rid of those bugs if I really don't want them. Let's do that here. And then I could farm different ones. Let's add some bombardier beetles. There you go. So I have to take care of them like any sort of pet. And I have to feed them and water them. If I have trash, I can do it. I can sort out compostables, and I can feed those to the insects here to make them happy. All right, so got that. Let me see. I'm going to go in here. She's got her cricket flower. I'm going to spin up a quick meal here. Let me cook. As you can see, we have popcorn crickets. Always tasty. We have cricket meal. I don't have the ingredients because I didn't finish cooking them, but I could do bombardier beetle stir fry. Where's the other one? The other one's, I think, a drink. Yes. And there are drinks you can make with these, but try them out. Don't be shy. Actually, let me set this to cook as we go. Let's have some popcorn crickets growing.
Super protein efficient, folks.
Yeah. All right. So we've been dancing around this for a while. Some more bikes. But we've had this dumpster on the lot. You've been seeing it all over. This one actually has all kinds of crickets. Ooh, seltzer with a hint of apple. Oh, yes, I finished my seltzer over here. This trash is overflowing. We've brought back roaches and flies. I'm going to try and bond with these flies real quick because why not? I'm a little bit of a freegan. I want fly friends.
Whoa!
Some people prefer bees. I prefer flies. This is fantastic, right? I don't think my bonding is going too well. But the dumpster has a lot of new things. As you can see, we've been able to dive for a lot of ingredients for there. But one of the things you can do, more choices. Oh wait, I should not try for baby. We don't want to do that. Dive for deals. So this family is off the grid, and we're going to bring Simguru Morgan in to talk about this in a little bit. But I'm going to give a quick update. It's like when you live off the grid, you're trying to like reuse everything you can, and the dumpster is great for this. When you dive in there, you can come out with a number of things that were like thrown away and someone else did not want. For example, we've got a complete set of items that you can only get there, like this bed, which is super trashy and sort of run down. Someone tossed this out, but our family here, they want to reuse everything. And I like to point out that there is a very strategic coffee stain there to show you that there was a cup there, and that's what that brown stain is from. But it's a little torn up. There are a few trashy items in there, but you also get items like this. You guys have seen this burned counter here, this flower pot. I pulled these out of the dumpster just before. Items, when they're thrown into the dumpster, they might have been thrown away because they were burned, because they were scratched up by the cats, if you have pets. Or you maybe they're just thrown away and they're nice. Or actually, Cletus, he just found money, so let's see what else he can find.
This is a fantastic new way to live off the land, isn't it, George?
It is. You can spend your whole time going around town, going in the dumpsters, collecting these materials. If you're a civil designer, you can actually use what everyone has been calling the smog vacuum to repair items, to get this nice and clean, and instead of replacing for $150, you can repair it. And, ooh, I got a vintage TV.
If it's singed, anybody can do the repair interaction on there, which is great.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if this one's singed. I think this one's a little bit toasted, but yeah. But I pulled out a bunch of stuff. I just pulled out a TV. You saw the bed upstairs. You see this, like, this is a set of furniture that we had out there. I mean, this is old. Like, I don't think anyone has used this in, like, 20 years. But this family, they're all for it.
Throwback Thursday.
What's that?
Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, Throwback Thursday.
It just happens to be Thursday.
Again, so you can furnish your whole house in items that you've pulled out of the trash. I think this is going to make the Rags to Riches story a little bit grimier, but we'll see what happens. And then off the grid, we're going to bring in Simguru Morgan because we've done a number of updates to off the grid. Simguru Morgan, are you there? And I know you come in loud, so I'm going to turn you down now.
Do I come in loud?
Oh, you come in so loud.
Okay, I'll give you a minute. Then.
Okay, you're chomped down. Okay.
Okay.
So
I won't destroy everyone's ears.
Yeah, you worked pretty closely with Tom, and Tom's updated the bills. And when he was talking, he mentioned this will have some impact in off the grid as well, right?
Yeah. So the way bills work, he explained that earlier. With whenever you have a surplus of power, you can sell it or you can store it, or water as well. So with off the grid, if you currently have a house off the grid and you don't have a surplus, off the grid houses will behave the same way as they did before, where when you click on objects to interact with them, you'll have like special interactions that are very off the griddy. But if you have a surplus of water or power, you can now use that surplus to have objects operate the way they normally would, or you can still use their off the grid specific interactions and not consume the utility. So it kind of gives you two different options of how you want to play off the grid now, which is really exciting and fun. And that's pretty cool. So that's one new aspect of off the grid. And just as a heads up, off the grid is a like a free for everyone lot trait with the base game, and all the updates we did for it are pretty much base game as well, though a lot of them really tie nicely in with this pack.
Yeah, I love the fact
new features.
I love the fact that in build mode now I just have the off the grid category, and I could go there and know that those items will work with or without power, or in Eco Lifestyle's case, they might produce power or water. Correct?
Yep, that's something we knew players really wanted, was a new place to find all of our off-the-grid stuff. So we put all of our things that we feel like kind of are like either survivally or off the grid in here, so that people can use it and find it all easier. We did update all of our candles to work. I know that was a thing. And things like the toddler dog working with tubs. We updated actually a lot of our objects. So even fridges now that are off the grid specific fridges have an add ice interaction so that you can have them work. Like we've done a lot of little things here and there. There's a lot of new buffs that play into our new traits. Where being off the grid will be more positive now if you have certain traits like the green friendly ones, and you'll still sometimes get negative buffs for it too, because it's fun. You never know what's going to happen, but that's all really exciting stuff. Eating harvestables, you can eat bugs, and then something I really love our off the grid designer Nick added in was that he added a bunch of new recipes. So if you're playing off the grid survivally, there's like around 6 new recipes, I believe, that you can create off the grid, and some of them like require the things. So for example, there's a boiling frog hot pot where you have to collect frogs to make it, and they give you really powerful buffs that do really cool stuff that make you more survivable. So that's really exciting too. You can also gather water now.
I'm going to take one quick second to pause and let everybody know that the designer you're talking about, Sim Guru Nikhil, he is a brand new Sim Guru, so you guys should follow him on Twitter. Oh no. I shouldn't have made him cook.
Why is there a fire when I get a chat?
Why does Morgan always bring the fire?
It's in her DNA.
I'm sorry.
Oh man, Morgan. You have something about you that just... I'm sorry.
Put it out, clean it. Oh no!
All right, so we'll go here. That was fun. But if you were also off the grid, so I'm living out back. I've got everything in my build mode, right? I can. What else do we have? Is there any other off the grid updates you want to give?
Yeah, so I kind of mentioned it with collecting water. So one of the things you can do now is collect water, and this ties into other packs as well. So if you have our like island living pack, you can go to the ocean or any place that has like wadeable, swimmable water. You can collect water from there. You can also collect water from fishing spots anywhere base game and beyond, and also from snow piles if you have seasons. You can collect like snow from there for water utility. So that's pretty exciting as well.
And how much of that needs Eco Lifestyle?
None of it really. You just have to have
what? Is that like a surprise giveaway?
It's like a surprise giveaway. Water for everyone.
Yay!
Okay. So we've been doing a lot in this house. I think we wanted to bring, because this sort of ties into that as well. Where's my sim? If you are, and there is our other career here, we have the new eco designer, or not civil engineer. The civil engineer is a new career as well. This one you can go to work, you can work at home. It unlocks into 2 different directions as well that, let me see, will unlock recipes for the fabricator like this item, like the smog vacuum, which allows you to suck smog out of one area or create smog, right? Jill?
Oh,
yeah,
sorry. Yes. Yeah, you can actually even call over an eco inspector and do a little bribe with that NPC, and they can add smog to your neighborhood as well.
Yeah, and so you mentioned the eco inspector, and I wanted to sort of lead into that. What's the eco inspector, and where do they come from?
The eco inspector. So we have 2 inspector type NPCs. One of them is the eco inspector. You can hire that NPC as a service, similar to how you would a babysitter or something. And that NPC just comes over and checks out the eco footprint your house is supplying, and they'll give you a little report. And they will go in and they'll try to make it a little bit more green, if you can. The other kind of inspector is the civic inspector, and that NPC is based on the neighborhood action plans that are currently active. So if there are certain green objects that are enforced for those neighborhood action plans, they'll come and check and see how you're doing. And if you're not following protocol, they will add a fine. They will report it to land grab and include a fine on your next round of bills until you fixed it.
Just, people are actually going to call me if I call me out if I don't follow the rules that we set up. I don't know about that. That's scary.
It's not all neighborhood action plans. Just a few of them have very specific guidelines to follow.
All right. We're going to finish up 2 items here. We'll do a quick jump over to apartments to show those off. And then I will go into sort of just go through build mode in our last lot. We'll check in the lot we started out with and see how that goes. We've been streaming for a while, and I know people are excited about this. This is what people have all came for, right? Drive for Thrills with Cletus?
Yes! That's why I'm here.
That's why you're here? All right,
yeah.
Cletus. As you can say, you saw it in the trailer. We allow you to tell the story you want to tell, and we make no judgments.
Woohoo!
So this trash can this dumpster can double up and create a lot of fun for you and your romantic partners. I love that it actually bounces out.
I have to say, the cross-discipline collaboration that went into this dumpster woohoo was amazing.
That thing is moving. I'll say there's some energy in that dumpster right now. I'll say whatever was in that juice that he made, I need some. So the roaches, not so much fans of it, but it's okay. We didn't invite the roaches. They just showed up. Uh-oh.
Are the roaches offended?
Oh, look at the little flies in a heart.
Yeah.
Flies were into it. They're gonna enjoy that a little bit. But of course, Circle of Life, with every dumpster woohoo and baby you make, we have to do something else. And I wish it was daytime, but I'm going to cheat it. Wait, come here.
I don't even know what you're doing, George. This is like intense for me.
Oh no, no one saw what I just clicked on. It was cheating. But look, there's flies here, and maybe I attempted to bond with them and I didn't succeed. So what's gonna happen? So look, friendly flies. Flies are your friends. Or are they? Let's see. Oh, he's angered the flies. He is not the lord of the flies. Oh,
got dark.
But they're leaving him alone. I think he survived this one.
Whew.
Or did he?
No.
Well, death showed up. I think that is the end for Cletus here.
But you know what? At least he ended on a high note. You know, at least he died happy, right?
Oh, that is fantastic. So, I think I can't actually leave during the live event, so I'm gonna fast forward it.
Yeah.
We're gonna go really quickly. I'm gonna load up a few quick apartments to show what those are. I'm gonna go into the apartment into this neighborhood because this is our 2-story apartment. I lived in apartments like this. I'm sure other of you have, other people here have lived in apartments like this, but no elevators.
George,
What's that?
Sorry, I was behind. I was going to say, just for lighting's sake, might it be worth starting a new game so you can get a morning save?
I was actually just going to go to build by mode and not create a sim.
Perfect.
Because then I can just, bam, go to daytime.
You got it.
So here we are, top floor. This place has already been made a little bit more modern. I've got 2 apartments side by side. I got my walk upstairs. This is normal. Totally normal. But for all intents and purposes, it's an apartment. This one is, the 1 bedroom. You got the bathroom and stuff moved in. Has the apartment gameplay. You're sort of locked into the bounds of this outer apartment. But in Eco Lifestyle, you can actually update the outside by switching to a modern policy or a non-modern policy. That is the only thing that affects out here. But yeah, everything inside is the same. You can build and buy and play. So I hope people really enjoy that. And you don't need City Living to play this. These apartments are standalone with Eco Lifestyle. Jill, was there any other questions about this before I swap over to our final save?
No, I don't think so. It might be worth, just to clarify, actually, could you do walls up for me, just so you can see? Could you also clarify, so you said you do not need City Living to have access to these apartments. Is the gameplay exactly the same as City Living, or are there certain elements that are a little bit different here?
It's just about the same. I mean, in this apartment, there is no elevator.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in here just a second. So the gameplay is a little different with these apartments in that you don't have landlords.
Yes.
And you don't have some of the noisy neighbor functionality. We did want these to feel a little different. You don't always have that stuff when you move into apartments. So these apartments are a little different.
I'm going to, because I saw it in chat, and I'm just going to do it here. Where is it? Someone was asking to see this, so I just wanted to show the cardboard playhouse before we go to our next build up.
Oh, yeah!
It's so cute!
It is!
We added a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of the theme of a lot of the build objects here is you have the sort of modern made out of eco materials, and then you have the eco upcycled. Like, this playhouse is obviously upcycled from cardboards. I think this was
super DIY.
Yeah, and it's super adorable. Look, they even have a pond.
It.
Yeah, there's a lot of these really fun things. Oh, wait, I'm just gonna do it because I'm here. I absolutely love this toddler bed. This toddler bed is just amazing. Got the little roof to it. Oh, so nice, right? So amazing.
Little mobile.
And since we're starting that anyways, let's go back and let's load up our last save. We will see where our first neighborhood got to and check out some of the build stuff.
Sounds great.
Oh, chat is enjoying this, so I'm happy there. Okay, load game. Let's find out. Yeah, here we go. So this is the neighborhood we started with, and you remember it was polluted. As you can see, it's not so polluted anymore. Oh, that's it. I'm gonna move in here. And we actually add, there's a lot of cheats. You can control all this as well. If you want to do the cheat playing, you can definitely do that. Let me do this here. And you can see things are better. This neighborhood has completed all their renovations. It's been going for over a week here. You can see all the plants have moved in. The sidewalks and streets have been turned into better walkways.
So pretty.
Love this bar. All the plants that are going in here. It's obviously gone a little bit more eco-friendly. The plazas in this neighborhood, if you remember, this was just a trash dump area, and now it's, again, modern art that is sort of a homage to the past and what is also in this neighborhood. This whole area up here, which you can walk through, is now a sort of walkway above Aquapool Park. This is no longer it wasn't sewage,
Park.
but yeah. But now it's green. You got plants coming back. It's live. God, I love the art on here. Oh, it's just so adorable, right? It looks like Bess hasn't updated her house much yet, but that's okay. She's obviously gone a little bit more eco. Yeah. Night is falling, but I will show stuff. I wanted to make sure that this is full eco for when night does get here.
And George, while you're doing that, you had mentioned Bess's house over there, and I realized we hadn't talked much about Bess other than her introduction. So just a quick overview. Bess lives over there in the corner. You notice she hasn't quite updated her house yet. She is our entrepreneur personality type. So special interactions on her is you can always donate investments to her cause, and you may or may not get money back from her. Kind of her role in the neighborhood or in the world is to be that counterpoint to Nox's green initiatives. She's kind of more of the money-making industrial side of things, so they're a good little balance for each other.
Yeah.
And she will introduce herself too for the welcome wagon.
Here's Nox. Nox lives over here. Bess lives over there. So yeah.
Yeah, they don't like each other much, I don't think, in the offset.
No, they tolerate each other. But as you can see, like I did a lot of updates to my house here. It's super green. I am just living amazing. And I think Jill, you have never really liked, or actually you either like it or you love it. This house. Here, tell me about your favorite feature of the house we built.
My favorite feature of the house? Well, George, how can I pick? It's like choosing between my one children.
Is it this amazing view from the street?
Yeah, no, this is ridiculous. Okay, so we updated this house a little bit for the demo purposes, but in the shipping build, this house does literally have that big old window right in front of that clear shower. So if you take a shower, you're just like out on display for everybody. So you can change that if you want. Same thing with the bedrooms. It's hilarious.
You got this like giant window here. I'm gonna get rid of that because, you know, so we've got a lot of new great build buy items here. As you can see, a lot of these are really big windows and like that. Some of them like modern architecture with this, you've got a lot of these like clean straight lines. Some of them extrude. Some of them are really bold pieces. So you do stuff like that. But a lot of them right now are really wide. And you're like, well, why do I want to see right into Nox's bedroom or shower, whatever this is? I just don't think it's great. So I like to move it over a little bit and be like, okay,
just a little nudge.
Yeah, you can see what's over there. But I'm just not going to like that view for you anymore.
Now you just got a good view on the toilet. Good job.
Wait. Okay. Well, I'm doing this terribly, apparently. Here, we'll let a breeze in. Okay, the shower's there. Move that there. Okay, now they can't see any of that. Hopefully. We'll put up curtains later. Either way, just wanted to show that off. This is like one of those big... Look at this. This is a... How many tiles is this? 6-tile sliding window. So the 3 doors open up. You can go in and out. We've added a number of those doors. Chat is really loving these windows, I could tell.
They're really pretty windows, George.
Yeah. We basically set out to make a whole collection of items so you can make these container homes. That includes doors like this. This is a big open 2-door, so you can make a straight shipping container.
I think when that door opens, I might have dreamed this, but I think when that door opens, it even has like a really cool mechanical metal sound to it, which is awesome.
Let's see where my Sims are. So people have seen ladders earlier. Ladders are here. And yes, you guys already know, if you don't, ladders are coming to you even if you don't get the game, Eco Lifestyle. It is a base game update, but we have 2 different ladders. I turned my sound down, so whatever. There's a big slam. Let me fix that. Let me show off a couple ladders real quick. Let me clear some space.
Oh, she's gotta go now.
I know. I just cheated her. She'll go a little bit less now. Okay, so ladders. You can find them now in stairs.
And I saw her climb up, George. Would you be able to show us what happens when she goes back down?
Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the top here. So these are the ladders that are going out to everyone. We've got a couple colors there. Oh wait, no, I can't do that here. You choose it here. Just a standard ladder people can take in their builds. You'll get this in the update when Eco Lifestyle goes live. And then we have a set of ladders that are just Eco Lifestyle friendly. So these ones you need the pack for. So let's get some red ones because they stand out. You can put them on the outside and inside. Let me do that real quick. Get rid of these too.
Yeah, these help so much with these tiny little like long living spaces. It really helps with the sizing.
I am up here. Sorry, I'm gonna show that you can also build these outdoors as well. Oh, I'm just deleting everything. This is gonna look terrible now. All right, guys.
So much beautiful lot.
So as you can see, now I have a straight indoor and outdoor. And you walk down them normally, but you can slide down them for a speedier drop. Hey, Nox, what's up?
What? like to tell you about Eco leaving.
You see, he went that way. He's like, why'd you guys change your window? I was really enjoying that view. So anyways, ladders. These are going to be great. People with tiny living houses are going to enjoy them. People with normal houses are going to enjoy them. You can build them over multiple stories. You guys will play around with that. I'm sure the builders are going to go wild with that. A few new items I wanted to show. So I showed some of the, like, we have windmills here. We have this solar panel as well. I want to show you another solar panel that we have. Let me just do off the grid so I can find it. I have to build a roof. We have solar panels that attach directly to roofs. Let me show you this because it requires a little bit of explanation. What's that, Jill?
Oh, nothing. Just since you're going to be showing build, and maybe you already showed the off the grid, but your camera is kind of on top of the build UI at this point, but maybe it's not that big.
Oh yeah, it's the UI doesn't matter so much.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We have these flat solar panels that will map themselves to your roof angle. Now that does change a little bit. Like they won't stick on an angle like that or that, but here, let me set it so we can show how that works. So you can see it'll be red, but you can mess around and find places that do work for it. And for the most part, I think you will be able to get solar. But if all else fails, and there are a couple roofs that do this, I want to show this off. You can add one of our new solar shingle roofs, which actually produce power. So
now you can have your roofs and solar.
Yeah, so if you see right now and you look at the power production rating, that means this roof will produce a little bit of power. And if you go to a green roof, it'll produce a little bit of water. So again, with the build that you create, that will apply to your like eco footprint, to your power water output. Like the way you build your lots will change dramatically if you opt into those systems. Again, you could turn eco footprint on and off. But yes, that is fantastic. Let me go back and let me show some build stuff. So I'm gonna, because I showed you the stuff, I did mention earlier that you can fabricate a bunch of stuff, right? I want to show you sort of what you can fabricate because I didn't want to build it all. Here is a complete set of what you can build. When you build stuff from the fabricator, you can see it's themed in a style that like, oh, I could build these in pieces because I fabricated it and I put them together. Small pieces, these are lights. These are all dyed with the color that you can choose. Oh, I love this. It's so nice, isn't it?
It's so pretty down there, George.
It's so pretty. But yeah, so these are all the items you can make. And over here, I just want to show you, again, how you can apply different colors. This isn't all the colors. I just chose some. Like we have the green dyes. They're all very natural looking to go with the feel. This is from a specific Grim dye, which you have to find. I'll say look for those. I think it's the Grim flowers. You're going to have to find that dye. You can't just buy it. And then our favorite, the Houndstooth dye. And then to go downstairs one more time, I just wanted to show off some of the dirtier objects that you can pull out of the trash can. You see our
literally in the basement of the basement.
Our ancient furniture, which no one knows where we dug that up from. And then a bunch of bikes that you can pull out too. Again, we had some fun creating these bikes. I love the team that made these. This sunflower one is honestly my favorite.
It's so cute. I like them all, but I like the rainbow too.
You like rainbow? Okay, good deal. I'm going to silently hate on you for that. Green carpet. But yeah, I just wanted to build a few of those first. Again, let's go look at just some of our other build stuff before we finish up here. Jill, I'm going to start doing just sort of a tour de force, like look through some build by. Do you want to see if and if any of the gurus want to chime in and mention anything, if there's any questions coming up that we might want to hit before we end this out here?
Yeah, let me jump over on chat and see if we've got any good ones that have been brought up a lot. Let's see. Right back to you.
Our fences. Oh, I gotta draw the fence here. A lot of these, again, with the colors you chose, you get a lot of earth. Oh, I do want to show this really cool wall. So I mentioned in a Grimm's Quarry that one of the walls was a marble harvest. Well, actually that marble is marble that you can actually put on your wall. This comes from that quarry, and so when you put it on your wall and you go there, you can actually see that it's the same. You can see where it came from. You have that tie into your local world. So, anyways, I just
so detailed.
Yeah, it was really fun. So, oh, I love these bits. We've got the full version, the non-full version. Got it in plenty of wood colors. Yeah. So
here's the first question I could ask here, and maybe either SimGuru Chowder or Azure want to chime in, but can you add community spaces in Sulani and Willow Creek, for instance?
Yes, you can put community spaces into other worlds.
Yeah, and to give a little bit more detail, when you put it in, it's a venue type that you can select, and then when you select it, it will convert that build that you've made into a community space, and then propagate it through the different types of spaces that you can pick, and then you can go in and change those spaces to reflect what you want that space to look like and be.
Super cool. And also, I guess while I've got the two of you on the horn, so in terms of the apartments, do you still pay rent on apartments, or do you buy them?
You do pay rent on apartments.
Yes. All right. And I'm seeing a lot of people in terms of the eco footprint.
Yep.
They're asking, can we show, maybe if George has time, but maybe we could also just speak to it. Can we show how Willow Creek, for instance, is affected by eco footprint?
I could probably go cheat stuff in, but we can show what will appear here. Also, you can.
And when you start, sorry, SimGuru Azure here. When you do start the game, all of the other neighborhoods, their eco footprint will be neutral. So it'll be up to you as the player to decide how you want to play, how you want to change the lots in each neighborhood to make it industrial or green.
And yeah, it might even just be worth mentioning over voice what types of visuals you could expect to see change. Like I know if it's green, you start to see those beautiful sun rays.
And this
more
aurora, which I'm
butterflies.
showing now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And we want to be really clear about, because there can be some confusion with a green eco footprint versus the green neighborhood action plans. In the other neighborhoods, the eco footprint is not going to affect the trash and stuff that you see, like you see it in Evergreen Harbor. So with the eco footprint, you can expect to see a beautiful aurora and then some sun rays. When you have a green eco, you can expect to see smog when you have an industrial eco footprint. And each of those eco footprints have different gameplay associated with them as well.
Yeah.
And to add to that a little bit, if you do have seasons, you can get acid rain if you have an industrial footprint.
Oh, yeah. Acid rain.
And so what, is acid rain good for my skin?
Yeah. No.
No? What does acid rain do? Anything?
Acid rain is a special type of rain that happens when you are in an industrial footprint. And, it can make your Sims sick. But your Sims still might like to splash around in those puddles, so maybe look out for them.
I also want to chime in there with when you guys said that the aurora goes above the world. I want to specify it is an aurora, not the aurora borealis or the aurora australis.
What's the difference, George? I don't know.
Well, those are the southern lights and the northern lights. Ours is just an aurora.
Agnostic aurora.
Yes.
Our aurora happens everywhere.
Everywhere you want it to happen.
Nice.
Just letting you know, for everyone who calls it the aurora borealis, that is not what it is. It is just an aurora. Hey, look, chickens. And dinosaurs, those are ancient chickens. Sorry, I'm going to keep building. What are the questions
You are
here?
right. I heard from a movie that they were derived from birds, or the other way around. On to the next question. Can you vote on neighborhood action plans in other worlds? Absolutely, yes. So all neighborhood action.
Wait.
Oh,
Not while
sorry.
visiting, right? You have to live
Oh, yeah. Good distinction. Yes. So you can only, and this is true for Evergreen Harbor as well, you can only vote on neighborhood action plans in your residential neighborhood. So you can't go start messing somebody else's neighborhood. You have to live there. In terms of the community boards, so like SimGuru, Azure, and Chowder mentioned, you can always place a community space or put a community board on any venue outside of this world. But in addition to that, if you really want easy access, you can just vote at your mailbox. So we have mailbox voting in every neighborhood for community action plans, or sorry, neighborhood action plans.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna chime in real quick. A lot of people on Twitter are asking me what this was. This is a fireplace, and those are not eggs; those are stones. This is a gas fireplace, and
which will also negatively impact your eco footprint.
Exactly, fires, bonfires, etc.
George, I just want to chime in real quick. Can you show the settings?
Which settings?
Turning on things like eco footprint.
Oh, yes. Yeah, good call.
So that is good. So if you go to Eco Lifestyle here, you can see you can enable NPC voting. You can turn that on and off, and then you can enable Eco Footprint on and off. That'll allow that in. And then the recycling trait, which like changes your lot a little bit to produce more trash and make you deal with those consequences. That is a trait you have to add. So you like all opt-in gameplay, all stuff that you could turn off. Azure and Arnold, like some of those are pre-placed in this world, right? Like some of the lots start that way.
Yes, yeah. So the starter homes will start with the trash update, and you can place that in any of the other lots as well.
Yeah, cool.
I think you covered up the lot traits when you were showing them off before.
Oh, because my face was up there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you want to show it off?
Okay,
your face is down there now, so you should be good.
I'm off the grid. Here, I'll read through reduce and recycle. This lot generates compostable and recyclable trash, and the outdoor cans are no longer bottomless. Actively managing the trash output is a must. Because trash will get picked up once a week now, right? And if you have let your trash overflow, that's when you start getting roaches and you get flies, and then you get a risk of death by flies, etc. Cool. What else is going on? Sorry. I'm still going to build by stuff. So
yeah, no, this is perfect. A few other questions. So I personally don't know the answer to this one, but people are asking, Repo Man?
Yes. Do you want to talk? Yeah.
Hi, George. I guess I can speak to that. So, if you decide not to pay your bills after a couple of days, the repo man will arrive at your house and begin taking objects to, actually pay that bill off.
Nice. I'm all for the repo man making a return, and it looks like Chad is too.
It's brutal. Yeah.
I hope you enjoy. You will be able to fight the man if you really want to.
Wait, fight or bribe?
Both.
Yeah, we'll do both. And Simguru Morgan, this might be a good question for you. People are asking regarding toddlers. Can toddlers and children or pets use ladders?
Children can use ladders. Toddlers and pets cannot, and they also cannot be carried up it. However, if there are stairs, they will know to go use the stairs instead of the ladders. Okay. So that's the other option for that.
I'm going to shuffle a bit more of this. Sorry guys, I'm having fun now. I'm starting to play. I shouldn't be playing on stream.
No, you're good. And another question for neighborhood action plans. If I'm understanding correctly, there's a question, can you mess with the voting or sabotage the outcome? Not overtly, not necessarily. We don't have any deviant gameplay with neighborhood action plans. However, what you can do is you can try to convince your neighbors to vote in the way that you'd like. And you also have the option, we didn't go through the process, but you also have the option, if you don't like what they voted in, you can petition to have a repeal. So in that case, you need to go and gather signatures from your neighborhood. So it's all a very collaborative effort.
Cool.
And the old TV, George, they're very curious about that old TV. I should have mentioned it while you were there. People were like, turn on the TV.
Oh, good.
They're curious. Is it black and white?
No.
Do you know?
No. It's not.
It's not that old.
Yeah.
We had color TV 20 years ago.
Yeah. But yeah, so we got a number of new windows, arches, etc. I actually really love this corner. People pointed out in the stream that it looks like a corner piece. You have to sort of build it into that. It extrudes like this. I think what you guys were seeing in the trailer was a build where you connect this wall and it's on a diagonal to make that corner, because it pops out so you can use it in both ways. And you see it comes in a bunch of different sizes too. I love this one too because it lets air flow freely in and out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Is there any questions about the build stuff before we go?
No, I don't see any questions about the build stuff.
Okay.
It might be worth me doing a quick PSA. So just a heads up to everybody. Game Changers will have a lift, and they'll be giving out some, or not giving out. They will be releasing their content on the game tomorrow on Eco Lifestyle. So starting May 22nd at 6 a.m., the Game Changers will be allowed to start releasing some of their first information around the pack.
Yeah. So it's great. I think with that, we're about good to go. I'm going to do... Oh, actually, let me show this off. Oh, it's so dark out. Why did I go to night to show off the aurora?
I tried to warn you.
I was going to talk about the eco-friendly water thing here because I think it's really cool. There is sort of a junky, like, made-together duct-taped version and then a formal version, but you do not need rain to collect water. These are dew collectors, so they're collecting dew. But, Simmer Morgan, if you do have rain, do these change?
Yeah, they'll actually, the VFX on that with the water drips will actually go faster, and you'll collect more water utility than you would otherwise. Same with solar panels in the sun. When it's night, they don't collect it. If it's cloudy, they don't collect as much. But if it's sunny, they'll collect more. And then wind turbines with wind, if you have seasons, those will collect more if it's really windy.
Oh, I should actually point out that the solar panels and the wind turbines will break. Oh, this one broke. You can actually tell. And you can see it's beeping red. It means I have to go repair that. And sometimes I have to clean these too, right?
Mm-hmm. You can upgrade them too to be auto cleaning, but if they aren't auto cleaning, then you will have to manually clean them.
Okay. It looks like I can break my dew collector. Why would I want to do that?
Actually, it's really fun. So if you break your dew collector, it'll start watering all around it, and if you happen to have plants growing nearby, it'll water them for you.
Oh.
Or and sometimes they'll even sprout plants after a while, and you'll get sort of wild plants sprouting up because it was broken there.
That's
which
fantastic.
is pretty fun. Yeah. There's fun things with the different objects. Like there's a press the red button on the power generator, which you should definitely do. And
I got rid of it here. Yes. We'll let someone else do that.
Yeah, like there's lots of really fun things. You can upgrade the wind turbines to be electrical conductors if you have seasons to collect electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of fun little things you can do with the different utility objects.
Yeah, so like there's all kinds of tie-ins to other packs that we haven't even mentioned here. There's all kind like all these features go really deep. Like they will definitely impact the way you play. I know there's going to be challenges that people are going to set up and play with this. Actually, and maybe Jessica can talk to this, but like one of the aspirations requires you to do some solar panels, or not solar panels, but green energy, right? But if you're in an apartment, that might be a little bit hard, but there are ways to do it. It's just a really tough challenge to do. Like that is correct, right, Jessica?
Yeah, there's upgrades you can make to things like the treadmill or to your various water appliances to generate energy. Turn your treadmill into a giant hamster wheel, basically.
Yeah. And all the objects from like previous packs, or like a lot of them, have also tied into the eco footprint and how they generate or use water. So yeah, there's a lot of tuning and stuff coming. So yay. Look for that soon. All right, final call. Any of the gurus, anything that I forgot to mention a lot of stuff, but anything you really want to make sure that I hit right before we go here?
Also, I should clarify. I said turn into a hamster wheel. I meant a thing that physically generates power, not actually a giant human hamster wheel, before someone asks.
That's good clarification. Wait.
You can upgrade a lot of the plumbing or electrical objects to function off the grid now, ones that normally wouldn't, with a special upgrade. So that's kind of fun.
Nice. Do you need anything to get that special upgrade going?
You will need biofuel from the insect house.
You need biofuel, and you also need eco upgrade parts, right?
Yeah, actually you can use either of those, you're right.
And you fabricate those on the fabricator thing. Oh, where's the insect? Sorry, I'll do this. Can't find it. I wanted to show off some of the colors of the house here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. All right. I got my door. Okay.
Hey, George.
Yeah.
One more thing.
Yeah.
So remember when we were at the Harris household, there was a little snafu with Morgan and her dangerous style of playing.
I didn't do that.
I was curious. It all happened so fast.
Yeah.
I was wondering, would you be able to go in and talk a little bit more about the flooring here and some of the updates we've done for gameplay effects?
So just like how a lot of these impact the eco footprint. Some of the flooring also impacts flammability. Sorry, I got a little update there. So as you see here, wood, low fire resistance. So wood will definitely cause a little bit more, a higher chance of fire, right?
Yes, yes. And wood does like to burn, doesn't it?
Yeah, but if we went to like high fire resistance metals, burning will not happen as much, right?
That makes sense.
Something else we didn't talk about that is there's also an option to turn that on and off in the menu as well under
That is
general,
true.
since that's a base game update.
So I could click on here and go to it's gameplay, right?
Yes.
Build
Yes, in
mode
the game.
items,
And on the right side.
gameplay effects. So this turns that whole system on and off. Cool. Yes. So again, you guys always have the option to play the way you want. You can opt into these challenges as you see fit, right? Well, Morgan is here. I think that's about it. I think we should go out in classic Sims style. I want to thank everybody so much for joining us. Thank you guys so much for tuning into a live stream from my house and dealing with the fact that me and the gurus can't get together. I'm going to start setting stuff on fire because why not? That's what we do in The Sims, right?
That's how we like to end things.
Yeah, and so
We already spent our woohoo, so now we gotta end with the flames.
yeah, and so here. So Jill, this comes out June 5th, and it comes out on consoles and PCs the same day, which we're very excited to have happen. Yeah, fire. Everything is end in fire.
Sorry, I'm looking at the.
Yeah.
They want fire.
Our
yeah, no, it's.
Are going to have lots of info going out. You guys have the blog going out. Reach out to us on Twitter. Definitely follow the Sim Gurus. Check in with us. Pre-orders available. Oh, nothing's going on. So, let's see. Yeah, that's about it. I can't think of anything else to talk about today. So we will let
I think
everybody
we
go.
covered it all.
Yeah, I think that's about it, right? Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Say bye, everybody. All gurus, say bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Thanks for coming in.